G&T show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discussion is advice. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Star Trek, The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the G&T show. Our continuing mission, to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Naomi Wildman. I was setting it up. Oh. Welcome to the G&T show, where obviously we have no script.
Yeah, let's just get this puppy started.
As always, the beautiful, the lovely, the high-booted, short-skirted, big-breasted Terry Lynn.
That would be me.
Admiral Shaw.
She's badass. It's Iridium.
Good morning. It's Sunday on the G&T show.
You know the worst part of this morning? It's not the getting up early. It's the fact they're making me wear clothes to do the show.
It's time for coffee clutch.
Strap on your helmets, boys and girls. It's gonna get rough.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those mornings.
Let me put on my seatbelt, my helmet with the little blinky light on top.
For safety.
When we decided we were going to do the G&T show,
Man.
one of the things we said was no standards. G&T show does not go on the air because we're ready. It goes on the air because it's 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Mike could have snapped by then and killed us both. Pain sticks for Mike, evidently.
We have our production meetings on the air.
Well, it's the best way to get you to adhere to things.
Yeah, you've now set an expectation. That's the thing about the G&T show is we set no expectations.
I need more coffee.
Wow,
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to do general news or Star Trek news, and I figured
this is
out.
Terry
Fuck
having
it.
a series of small
It's news.
strokes, actually.
Well, it doesn't take long for this show to deteriorate,
Go
does it?
straight the fuck downhill.
I don't always podcast, but when I do, I G&T.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 159. 159 people of the G&T show. My name is Nick, Gettysburg 7, Jolan True. And there he is to my right, your left. He's wearing, what is that? Is that gold? You wearing just all golden armor today?
It's gold pressed platinum.
Wow. What's
Yeah.
going on?
I shared no expense was spared.
Yeah, you did. Wow. Gold lame. Nice. And that, of course, is Ceridium. Now, to my left, your right, we have a very special guest filling in for Terry this week. You know what? I'm going to give the audience a chance to shout out some names to see if they can figure out who it is before this person speaks. So, we'll
so
say
we're
it's
not going
a
to have
female.
her. We're not going to have the special guest say hello, and then that's it.
No, because there are people that they're shouting out. No, it is not Janice. No, it is not
Adrian. Yeah, not them.
Nope. See, Matthew Anderson, get a couple more people to throw in here and see, and then we will have, I don't know who, no. Oh, Kush, don't even
wish
that it's Miss Kelly Maddie.
Yeah,
don't
we
even
wish.
tease.
Starfleet Mom.
Oh, that's a good guess, but no.
Cookie cupcakes. Son's trying. She's trying.
She is trying.
Let's dispense with the suspense.
Mystery guest, say hello to the audience.
Hello, sweetie.
Baz is totally lost.
That gave me chills.
I know, right? Klingons from Lanny. Mystery guest. Let's give them a hint. Where are you from?
I'm from the U.S.
From the U.S.
That rules out Lanny.
Yes, it does.
Sorry, Lanny. Love you.
We do love Lanny. Or Lanny. Ladies and gentlemen, may we introduce to you... No, it's not Klingon Pop Lady. Good. Jasper, good. No. Ladies and gentlemen, may we introduce our special guest filling in for Terry. It is Sunseahl.
Hello, boys. I'm back.
Good morning, son. How are you?
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Look at that. No, Baz, you did not just guess it. It was after I said it.
Wow. That had 3 exclamation marks.
I know. Oh, it does rule out Kate Middleton. Don't even tease about it being Kate Middleton, Paul.
So yes, I decided to surprise Nick this morning, and I said, "Who can we get just in case Adrian can't make it?" So I thought about it. It took me all 2 seconds to think about it, and I was like, "Yo, son, what are you doing tomorrow?"
Listening to the G&T?
I said, "How would you like to be on it instead?" Surprise Nick.
Sure!
That was her reaction. And you should have heard Nick this morning. I told him, we have a very special message just for you from Sun. And I said, okay, I'm going to hit play so you can check it out before the show starts. And I said, okay, I'm pressing play. And then Sun just delivered a nice little short spiel and then ended it with, and surprise, I'm live. It was awesome. Totally.
Considering I've only had 4 hours of sleep, it was quite funny. See, I've just got a show. It's not new, but it's new to me. I am elbows deep into Orphan Black.
Ah. How is that?
Holy fuck, that show is awesome.
Right on. I have not seen it yet. I've been watching Under the Dome, which our good friend Lori Ferris suggested. And I'm enjoying it. I finished the first season, so I'm on to the second season.
Yeah, I'm watching the first season of Orphan Black, and it's wow. Now I see why everybody. See, a couple of months ago, well, maybe 2 months ago, it was that or Continuum, and I asked on Twitter. I said which, and people were answering back. It was about 50-50 Orphan Black, Continuum, and then all of a sudden, Orphan Black just won by a landslide. So I ordered season 1 on Blu-ray. And wow, yeah, it's amazing.
Right
and it's so true that the girl, so far she's played, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 different characters. And the fact that she's never been nominated is just a crying shame, because they all are so distinct. And you would think because, it's a clone, you would have trouble, but they're so distinct that it's not an issue at all figuring out which character is which.
Right on. Son, are you watching anything new lately?
New? No, but I have been going back through Voyager because Delta Rising.
Ah, yeah, getting ready.
I'm not one of those binge watchers like a lot of people are, so it's usually 2 or 3 episodes a day, and then a day or 2 in between watching episodes.
Cool, right on.
Now, are you starting from the beginning, or?
Oh yeah, I started from the beginning. I think I'm at Resolutions right now, so that's season 2. That's the one where...
I will say that season 1 of Voyager, I will say, I'll say this for it, it didn't have as many clunkers as season 1 of Next Generation.
Oh yeah, a lot of people said it was really strong out of the gate, and you kind of forget a lot of these really good episodes were in season 1 of Voyager.
Yeah, the one with, Admiral Forrest, what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
As the Romulan, where they talk to him through the black hole.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of a sad episode, too.
That was a really sad episode, yeah.
During the first season of Voyager, the crew, and, well, the 2 crews, they're still trying to figure each other out and get used to one another, but having them not be one big happy family like they have, start doing with season 2, except Seska. But everyone's not getting along. There's a lot of tension on deck, so to speak. So I find that kind of refreshing.
It was kind of amazing because you start off watching the show and you're like, and you think to yourself, the Doctor never really chose a name, and you're like, well, no, he's had a name in almost every episode, because in season 1, in Heroes and Demons, he was Schweitzer.
I think Schmullis is one of my favorite names that he came up with.
He has had his heart broken so many times, it's unreal.
I think the problem with season 1 can be summed up in one word, though, Kazon.
Yeah.
Cabbage heads.
Do I?
Cabbage heads. They look like they have heads of cabbage.
Yeah, it was just, they were not good. They were better than the introduction of the Ferengi, though.
Oh, you mean laser whip wielding Ferengi?
And climbing around like monkey Ferengi.
Yeah. I'm glad that they worked out the Ferengi.
Yeah.
Because I love the way they ended up.
It's actually funny because after this, they called Ethan Phillips and said, hey, you want to do a Ferengi? And he was an excellent Ferengi in Enterprise.
He was a good Klingon in the Voyager episode with the Hirogen.
Yeah. Well, Ethan Phillips, I think when he, in Enterprise, when he actually did his episode, he was kind of... trying to find a balance between the two. The hostile creature-like Ferengi that we saw in TNG, but more humanized, or not humanized, but more, more developed along the lines of, what we ended up seeing in DS9. So Man has talent.
So, Mike, what did you do this week besides blow up my phone on Vox? Let me just say this to you and Kush, and Terry's not here. Every day around 3 o'clock, my phone starts blowing up.
Yeah.
Come on, Nick. Lay all your problems on me. Come on.
No, it's not you. It's I'll be in a meeting or something, and all of a sudden it starts vibrating. I may as well be a chick with a vibrator in the office at that point.
Yeah, that's usually when I sit down to write, and I'm house sitting for my aunt and watching her 2 dogs, Woody and Minnie.
Which one is the engineer that you sent the picture of?
Oh, that's Minnie. And in the story,
oh my God, adorable.
In the story, I called her Peanut, aka Killer, because HR got the file wrong.
But the frickin'. And of course, it's not just Michael and it's the Ferris anomaly and Terry and Janice and
me. I've done it a few times too.
And
yeah, we have fun.
Yeah.
Vox allows us. We have a special group created on Vox that allows us to all send messages back and forth pretty much instantly. And so when Nick sits down for his meeting is when we decide to get together. And oh man, do the good times roll.
Now I will say that yesterday I did say. So yesterday I was driving back home and I'm stopped at a red light. And let me tell you about the fuckers that pulled up next to me.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
Oh.
Okay, it's bad enough you're driving this smart car. The one that's like the size of a Chuck Taylor shoe. It's bad enough. The fact that your smart car is a fucking convertible just makes me want to get out and beat you with your own limbs.
Decloak and fire all plasma weapons.
I mean, the smart car shouldn't be on the road to begin with because it's so fucking unsafe. Never mind hitting a deer. Hitting a raccoon will kill you in that. But a convertible? Really?
Especially if it's a raccoon with a rocket launcher.
Some of those cars are so tiny to begin with. It's like if you ever got into a head-on collision, is there anything between you and the other vehicle?
No, there's nothing.
But you also have to admit it's a lot of the U.S. manufacturers taking what is already available in the sub-compact genre overseas and trying to adapt it here.
I think escape pods are roomier.
You're
Type
right.
9 shuttlecraft is roomier.
That is, yeah. Oh, wow.
I think Worf had more room when he was stuck in that escape pod for a week, lost in the
Badlands.
The Badlands, thank you.
But yeah, it made me irrationally angry just to see the waste. Oh, and then to top it all off, these were some big people in this little car. Fat people in a little car.
Hey.
No, Mike, they made you look thin.
That's no small feat.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's a motorcycle inside of one of those small smart cars.
The motorcycle is better.
The motorcycle's whole.
Yeah, the motorcycle survived it better.
Motorcycle has better engineering. That's kind of sad.
People are posting in our chat room for those listening that aren't here.
Yeah.
And if you're not here, why not?
And before that, they were posting dancing dogs. So, God love our chat room.
Gotta keep reading, 'cause this book's gonna be a good book. 'Cause this book's gonna be a good book. 'Cause this book's gonna be a good book to read. 'Cause this book's gonna be a good book. 'Cause this book's gonna be a good book. 'Cause this book's gonna be a good book to read. Pick up that book and turn the page. You'll never know just what you'll find.
Mike, are you what are you reading now?
I've moved on to the second book in the Typhon series, Seize the Fire, I think. It's got Gorn.
Oh yeah. That's not a swallow, is it?
I want to say it's Michael Mangles.
No.
So it's got and coming off of the heels of the Lost Era with Sulu, and which had young Tuvok. Now I'm getting the old Tuvok and some of his memories of Sulu. So because Michael Mangles had written both books, there's a lot of back and forth, and I'm enjoying it. It's a good book so far.
Oh, that's interesting. That with him writing Tuvok from all different experiences.
Yeah. So in the Lost Era book, I got to see young Tuvok before he decided to leave Starfleet, and now I've got him post Voyager, post Nemesis, on Titan. He knows who he is. He knows what he's there to do. Yet he has all of those experiences from when he worked with Sulu and whatnot. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and it's got Gorn.
It does have lots of Gorn.
Yeah.
I remember when I read that, Gorn names were pissing me off.
Right on. They are hard to pronounce.
They're drunk Jewish names is what they are.
I mean, can I please buy a vowel?
Yeah, exactly. 17 L's in that name.
No, I would say it's more like 55 R's.
Yeah.
The average name.
But I do like the way you get to see the different casts.
Mm-hmm.
Of the Gorn Society and everything in that book.
Oh yeah, definitely. And going back to what I've been working on this week, I have finished the first draft, or finalized the first draft of Gorn of a Different Color, which is the Starfinder.
More Gorn!
Yes, more Gorn. It's going to be the third episode of Starfinder. The second
We're
one
going to have to raid his computer for his secret stash of Gorn.
The second episode will be out today. I have it on good authority. And then I'm one scene away from finalizing, or not finalizing, but finishing the first draft of Gorn of a Different Color Part 2. So that's what I've been working on this week. A little bit of writing thrown in around the time Nick's in his meetings.
Yeah, in my head, I was screaming when you were this week. I was like, Mike, you can just fucking Google the ranks.
Oh yeah. Well, I figured, with Chooch, with Cushman, he'd be able to give me some insights that I might not get from Google, and I was able to ask interactive questions, so I like that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I finished Seekers 2.
Oh, right on. How did you like that?
I really enjoyed the Tamal, and Kang's parting with Katami was perfect.
Yeah, there was much honor in that parting.
I laughed out loud when, I'm not going to ruin it for people, when Kang has made a decision on something and his wife kind of challenges on him, and he just gives her the old, you can leave. You know what part I'm talking about, right, Mike?
I think so, yes.
Towards the end, when she's questioning why he's trusting someone, and he says, attend to your station, is what he says as he waves his hand. And I was like, oh, Kang, you're such the captain.
He'll be doing a lot of ducking later that night, let me tell you.
Oh, yes, he will. Yes, he will. But yeah, no, I really liked it.
Doesn't it make you want to read books 3 and 4, which are currently being written? I have it on good authority. Or at least part 3 is currently being written.
Yeah, the poor Sagittarius and its crew.
That little ship takes a beating, but, it's like Timex. Wait, did I get the two ships confused? That the Sagittarius is the...
I know, I was pulling a Worf. Little.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus, people.
They won't stop, will they?
But yeah, no, for those that haven't read, Seekers is definitely... Now, this probably nobody cares, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's our show. On my Kindle, instead of making a whole new file for Seekers, I just put them in the Vanguard file.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense.
It's a spin-off.
It's a spin-off. It's not really dealing with a lot of the characters and whatnot from the series, but you can definitely see the ramifications of what happens in that series.
There's a whole, because of Vanguard. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do. And
because
if you've read
Ming.
I know.
Look who's here, Mike.
Good morning, Jen.
Good
awesome.
morning.
My favorite Klingon pop warrior.
And gotta say, congratulations on your Kickstarter.
Yes, she has reached her first goal. So we're getting 4 songs, but Love is a Battlefield is still a bit away. So contribute to the Kickstarter if you can.
Yeah, that's very awesome news when that happens. Raised a brow.
Son, are you reading anything right now?
The chat? Sorry. I'm sorry. No, see, I don't always have the money to just go out and buy books.
Library.
Or download them. And 2, I'm one of these people that gets, like you, sorry, I get so absorbed in a book series that I will instantly have to consume the rest of it. And I know that if I do that to myself, I will never get anything else done.
I can relate. It is tricky trying to balance writing, reading, and arithmetic.
Well, editing the show would be considered arithmetic, wouldn't it?
I guess some math is involved. Trying to figure out times.
I finished, hold on. I finished Seekers, and I started a book that actually Adrian had recommended to me.
Oh.
Or recommended, and on Facebook. So it's an ebook only. It's called Reign of Ash, Project 15, Book 1, by Rachel Elizabeth Judd.
Okay. I've had an opportunity to meet her for the Ziggers project at one point.
Oh, nice.
That was awesome.
I'm really liking this book. It's an urban fantasy book. It's definitely it's $4 extremely well spent. I've gone through like half of it in 2 days.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Matthew Anderson. We had Gurkhas that were the guards of our buildings when we were in Iraq, and yeah, you didn't fuck with them. Sorry. There's things being posted in our chat room, and they had about a Gurkha, and yeah, we namaste every morning, namaste, and they would say namaste, and I never once worried about my safety with the Gurkhas guarding us.
Right on. Let's see, just a quick update. The Klingon Pop Warrior Music Project, 13 days as of the time of this recording, and she's reached $2,008. And for Love is a Battlefield, I think the goal is somewhere around 27. So 13 days to raise $700. Awesome. I think it's doable. So come on.
She put a photo up the other day, and I said, "How you doing?" It was nice.
The one with her in her ridges.
Yeah.
Oh, I creeped her out.
Yeah, how you did? You got all Klingon-y, didn't you?
I went raw. My ridges are tingling.
She's a married woman.
Yes, I'm aware.
Oh God! What exactly did you do to her? Sorry.
I didn't do nothing to her. I just said rawr. My ridges are tingling. So I creeped her out, if anything. That's what I did to her.
I'm really going to have to get you a personal pain stick, aren't I?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to leave the studio alone to these two for a little bit. She says you didn't creep her out.
Yay. Awesome.
Star Trek news. I am so proud to be a talkie geek.
We've got our problems with the film, which we'll get into on our dopey little podcast and nitpick it to death.
Star Trek news.
So congratulations to the always dreamy David Mack. There's Legos?
No.
Star Trek news.
Yes, the story behind the story. The movie that never was made.
They got a Klingon!
I know.
Sold.
You playing Klingon? That's right. I'm going to throw in a Buck Mackay rookie guard. That's right. A Buck Mackay. People, it doesn't get any bigger than this.
Star Trek news.
So, Star Trek news, Mike.
Yes, apparently there's quite a bit, especially in the realm of comics. So it appears that
Bob Orci is saving the Power Rangers while destroying Star Trek.
What news is this?
Bob Orci has left the Power Rangers movie project so that he can concentrate full-time on Star Trek.
Well, I have not heard, but wow.
Oh, wow.
No, they were
that's
doing
hilarious.
Power Rangers.
So you click on this link, and the first images of the little insignia with the Back to the Future Part 3 logo of the Part 3.
I love that bit. Well, I had not heard about that, so I didn't even know there was a Power Rangers movie. So interesting. But
it's called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Back to Basics. Just reboot the whole series again, just like they do with everything else.
Don't they do that regularly on the show, like every 2 seasons or so?
It sounds sounds about right. Yeah, but there was a point where Bandai sold Power Rangers to sold it to Disney and then went and bought it back.
What?
Wait, what?
He sold the Power Rangers to Disney, and Disney had been producing the Power Rangers for the longest time. And then he went and raised the money and bought it back so he could do the reboot that they just went through a couple of years ago.
Wait a minute, who sold it? Orci?
Bandai.
Oh,
Bandai sold the Power Rangers to Disney and then went and bought it back.
Now Disney's like flipping shows like they're like people flip houses. Is that what's going on?
Sounds about right. It makes me think in a couple of years, Lucas is going to have just like this big DuckTales piles of money that he already still has and just go, you know what? I think I want Star Wars back.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, I doubt Disney's going to give up that one.
I will say, did you see the video that JJ released of the Millennium Falcon with the Batmobile on it?
Was that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
I saw the Millennium Falcon, and
because he and Zack Snyder have been going back and forth in a Twitter war, and when I say war, it's totally like friendly, doing stuff like R2-D2 showing up in Batman versus Superman kind of thing, and then that's why the Batmobile showed up on the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool to see that Millennium Falcon though.
Yeah, I mean the detail. Well, obviously, this one's going to be in HD, but the detail that they went is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So they went and cannibalized thousands of more Battleship kits.
It does look
No, this was a life-size one, son.
Well, it was.
Well, that's how they made the portion of the Death Star that they used for filming.
Yeah.
Right on.
But yeah, so Orci is directing all of his energies towards the new movie.
Which they now have a date to begin shooting, which is mid-February. So that was that appeared.
That's
courtesy,
what Quinto said, right?
What was that?
Was that what Quinto said?
Yeah, that was and Trek Movie is the source for this, but mid-February, and then also they said setting out on a 5-year mission. So they're going to be jumping ahead a few years apparently from the previous installment, and they'll be in the middle of their exploration. So I just hope we don't end up, seeing a rehash of half a dozen TV shows, the episodes.
Well, no, it's really simple. See, this is the episode where they go on their 5-year mission, and they achieve Warp 14 and end up on the other side of the galaxy and find the Vorta and the Jem'Hadar, and
they wind up in the Delta Quadrant.
With Vorta and Jem'Hadar, of course.
And wind up meeting the El-Orians before they're all dissolved by the Borg.
I swear to God, if they have the Borg in this movie, I'm gonna fucking get all Stewie Griffin on somebody's ass. We could start a rumor right now and just start spreading it. What the movie's gonna be about?
I thought I just did.
I like the Borg idea because it just seems just crazy enough that after the whole Khan debacle.
Oh! Here it is. They're on their 5-year mission and they find the Nexus. And they wind up somehow in the Delta Quadrant with the El-Orians and the Borg.
There you go. And ironically, banned 5-year mission.
They've gone to Plaid.
I like that one, yes. They've gone to Plaid.
They'll meet Harry Mudd. They already met him in the comics, Paul. Well, no, his daughter.
His daughter.
Yeah, his daughter.
Well, speaking of Harry Mudd.
It into Darkness, remember?
Yeah.
They had the shuttle from the Harry Mudd from the Mudd incident.
Well, speaking of Mudd, I'm going to go ahead and post a link to a StarTrek.com article. This one deals with a new Star Trek comic coming out. It's the New Vision series, which is where they take scenes from the original series, re-edit them, cut them up, and create a new tale. And this one's called Made Out of Mud.
Okay.
So
it sounds like we're going to wind up back on the little android planet somehow.
Actually, this one apparently is going to have some Klingons in it, and from
the Great
looks
Triple
of it,
Hunt.
Yeah.
Give me a Glummer or give me death.
They have a Tribble with teeth and wings. Oh my gosh, that's scary. So
it's a can of bat tribble. It's a can of bat tribble.
So that's an interesting new comic coming out in this Trek universe. So check it out. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Other comic news. This one I'm kind of excited about. IDW Publishing has announced that the first 12 comic books adventures from their Star Trek series will be released in a single volume. The New Adventures Volume 1.
Oh, trade paperback, yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I don't readily have a comic book store nearby, so getting comics isn't always easy. So getting these gets me all caught up with the first 12 issues. So I'm excited about that.
And that's great because that's what the trade paperbacks are really great for, aside from being able to have all of them in a bound thing. But especially for someone like you who doesn't have a comic store close to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I said, if you haven't checked out the comics, this is a convenient way to do so. Another Star Trek comic is due out this Wednesday is the part 3 to the Q Gambit. Jen Usella says, they need the glorious hand grenade of Kalis for those little bastards. Kapla.
You could always introduce the Trojan Glommer.
The Trojan Glommer.
See, that's the thing. That is a reference that only the TAS people will get, because who's watched the animated series? The Glommer was literally a genetically created life form to eat tribbles.
It looked like a tribble with legs.
A couple of years ago, a woman cosplayed a Glommer at Star Trek Las Vegas.
It's like an inside-out tribble with a huge mouth and on its butt and legs around that mouth. It was like a squid thing.
Long before we have heard of a cannibal tribble, Matthew Anderson absolutely is right. Critters, they were basically cannibal tribbles.
That. Yeah, except Critters had arms and legs, But yeah, they do look eerily like cannibal tribbles. Okay, so like I was saying, the third comic in the Q Gambit, which is the Q crossover with DS9, and then not the original, but the 2009 version of the original series crew. And the cover on this one has Worf and the Defiant, and I see Kira with a phaser. So it looks...
Is that Kira?
Interesting. It looks like Kira. Her hair's a little longer, though.
It may look like Kira, but it also is very reminiscent of that Romulan from the Star Trek Online front page. The one with the phaser pistol.
Oh, yeah, I can kind of see that, yeah.
Oh, Q, we love you and hate you, and then we love you again.
So that's due out in September, and then I believe the final book in this series is supposed to be due out in December. So there's a couple more issues after this before they conclude that storyline. So
just buy them all for Christmas and hand them to people you think you might love it.
That's not a bad idea.
And the final book, or the comic book that we're going to talk about is for our good friend Dayton Ward, Planet of the Apes.
Oh, yes. I saw him post on Facebook. He says, let the fanboy aneurysms begin, or something like that.
Yes. Let's see. The news broke in July.
Directive.
It's a one-off comic, so obviously it was written.
It's a 5-part tale, and it will be available in December, starting in December. So 5 parts. So they're going to tell a bit of a lengthy story.
Written by Russell T. Davies. I'm just kidding.
Scott and David Tipton, the brothers behind IDW's Next Generation Doctor Who Assimilation 2
Mr.
crossover.
Tipton, sorry. That
so
was
the Doctor
my
Who
cousin Vinny
reference
joke.
does kind of carry over.
It does fit. And British rookie Rachel Stott, S-T-O-T-T. She did some of the. She joined the writers on this one. So for some of the art. So it does sound like there is a Doctor Who reference. But
look at his boots though in that picture. He's got the whole Ninja Turtles feet going on, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, the little cleft foot. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a camel toe on his foot.
There you go. That's what it is. So yeah, that's...
Man, you don't want to see him after he eats Taco Bell. That's all I'm saying.
In other publication news, let's see, we've got a sneak peek at Star Trek Magazine's 2015 special. It looks like they're pulling all the stops. They've gotten interviews and with the new Trek actors and some of the original Trek stars, Gates McFadden, Denise Crosby, Renee Auberjonois. Hope I didn't butcher that one. As well as Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Carl Urban, and Bruce Greenwood. And they're going to be, talking about what makes Kirk the perfect captain and other fun stuff. So that's the official Star Trek magazine. So
Perfect
check that
captain.
out. Well, that's what they're saying. I don't exactly agree, but, that's what they're saying.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Over at StarTrek.com, they have the poll going on right now. Which captain would best survive a zombie apocalypse? And I'm looking at this list and I'm going, how was Picard in second place? He would literally take his entire staff into the briefing room and debate whether or not he should fire any sort of gun first. Then he would spend 3 episodes trying to communicate with each zombie they came across.
Well, he already was a zombie. He was Borg.
That's true.
So I think he's one of the...
How can there be any debate? Motherfucking Pimp Hand Cisco.
Yes. There be no motherfucking zombies on this motherfucking starship.
Exactly. Cisco would fucking... Yeah.
I would say it would be Cisco in the lead with Janeway as a close second because boy did she do some seedy kind of crap.
Yeah, but you can't discount the Kirk foo.
What?
Kirk
He's going to mate with each female zombie he meets?
Kirk was with the An Woon and the not Cali Fee and all of that. You can't.
Archer would be the first one turned into a zombie. I'm sorry.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
Why do you say that?
He just seems the least likely to be able to adapt and handle that kind of situation when presented.
Really?
Yeah.
A physical, overwhelming situation like that?
Because the whole Zindi arc wasn't anything.
Picard's gift is diplomacy, not physical.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, remember the Vulcan zombies?
Yeah. So okay, I take that back.
It's actually a pretty good poll.
That is a tough one.
Yeah. See, there's memes going up in the chat room. Don't make me go all Cisco all on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's who I'd want to be with during a zombie apocalypse of the Starfleet captains that we've seen. Now, of course,
there was the episode with him where he's like dictating a report of him breaking the Prime Directive or something, and then at the end of the episode, he deletes the whole thing and he goes, "Yes, I can live with what I've done."
In the pale moonlight, greatest episode ever.
Jen Usella says Janeway would have her coffee in one hand and a can of whoop ass in the other, and then Midnight Shadow goes on to say Janeway without her coffee, no zombie has a chance. Yeah, any zombie between her and her coffee pot would be. Yeah.
Now, if we're gonna talk just captains that we know, put me with Martok then.
There'd be zombie pieces out hanging from the ceiling.
Look at how excited he gets.
Kapla, that's right.
Or Kern. Although Kern did manage to fucking get himself stabbed, so.
And his memory erased.
Yeah. I mean, I want to love Kern. Jesus Christ.
I pity the fool.
Okay, for people who are listening, there's a picture of Cisco in the chat as Mr. T. It is both awesome and cheesy as hell.
Oh my god, I love that. I pity the zombie who messes with me.
Now, if you're gonna be with one of the next generation people during the zombie apocalypse, begins and ends with Data.
Oh, he has the least to worry about.
Exactly.
But I think, in terms of pure carnage, it'd have to go to Gorn, or to Worf.
No. Think about it. When Data,
when he's in survival mode,
Worf can be killed.
Yes,
zombies aren't going to hurt Data.
Yeah, but Data's going to have the whole, moral conundrum of, are these people... No, I don't think so.
Wait a minute. Here's a question, though. If the zombies are just like I don't know what the word I'm trying to think of is, but if they just maul all over Data, wouldn't they be able to just pull his limbs off on accident?
Yeah, they'd be able to tear him to
They're
pieces.
not that strong.
Are they?
Are they? I mean, remember Riker pulled off
Zombies?
Data's arm.
Because he knew where to push.
If they're Vulcan zombies?
And pull.
Don't, no. That's not good. I'm imagining the Riker maneuver.
Zombies are not pulling Data apart.
Did I lose you, Tim?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I was responding to Jen. She's getting ready to head out. Going to the studio to record.
I'm trying to not imagine Nick doing the Riker maneuver, okay?
What did I do?
You do know what the Riker maneuver is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm just trying to imagine.
I'm not tall enough to do the Riker maneuver. Do that, I get hung up on the chair. That's right. Matthew Anderson says before he was Cisco, he was Hawk from Spencer for Hire. You damn right.
Well,
He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
You know what? Before Morpheus was Morpheus, he was Cowboy Curtis in Pee Wee Herman.
It's true.
Oh my god!
And he was also in Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, but the Cowboy Curtis thing. Oh my god! Boy, he has come a long way.
I'm not gonna lie. He's made me laugh in the commercial for that new show Blackish that's going to be on with I think it's Tyler Perry, where the boy says the only thing I'm interested in is how to get my hands on a boob or something like that, and Lawrence Fishburne's like, no, you can't get mad at him for that. I think it'll be interesting to see Lawrence Fishburne in a comedy. Oh, so hey, I was talking to a coworker about Star Trek, which is very rare, and she came up with somebody who said, hey, you know who would be cool, and she calls it my Star Trek, and your Star Trek. I was like, who? And you know what? He's old enough now, and I think his acting chops are so there, and he would look awesome if his shirt got ripped off in a fight. Matthew McConaughey as a captain.
Interesting.
I can see it. I really can.
I can see it. I don't know if he'd be right for, say, the Enterprise, but like
not necessarily. But I think he would make a good captain.
Yeah, captain of say the Exeter or some other ship in universe. Yeah, definitely. That'd be interesting.
Because he is a really good, and he does the thoughtful really well. And the other thing, and I think
he also does the stone pretty damn good too.
Yeah, no, that's just how he is. I could see him at conventions because he seems like a really, really nice guy.
He does seem like a nice guy.
And she had said that to me, and we talked about it, and I was like, wow, I'd never thought. And now he's in this commercial. I think it's a car commercial, and it's like an introspective commercial. And I was like, huh, yeah, I can kind of see it.
Well,
and he would look awesome with his shirt torn off. We know that.
You're just saying that because you're secretly hoo-hoo.
No, not so much for him, but I think there was a movie I saw him in recently. Oh, the one where he was the I think it's a football coach. We Are Marshall.
Okay.
And his shirt never came off, and I was like, wow, that's got to be a first. Matthew McConaughey in a movie where he doesn't take his shirt off.
Well, he did want to be taken seriously as an actor. That's a start.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got the hardware now to show that he is.
Right on.
He said hardware. This is just furthering that whole Nick.
No, I'm talking about awards. He won an Academy Award.
It sounded like you said hardware.
I did. The trophy. Hardware.
That's not what Son was thinking about when you said
hardware.
I know. Oh, Son. A little bit more Star Trek news.
We're supposed to be talking about books.
Books. There are these bound things with paper and words.
I've heard tales of the dead tree format, but I don't believe them. No, you're wrong. They're this thing that you put on your Kindle.
Amazon ebook. If you haven't bought it, I will cunt punch you. That's a great line.
It's a good line.
Do you read Star Trek novels? I'm sure Swallow has some stories he could tell us.
I love big books and I can't lie.
That's one of the really good things in life. To me, as long as it's enjoyable to read.
That's a good book. Wasn't it a good book, Mike?
It was.
That's because Mackenzie Calhoun is badass.
No, it is not a Cardassian generational epic.
I was like in heaven.
It's really good.
Right on. There's a new Simon & Schuster book, e-novella coming out, Star Trek The Next Generation, QR Cordially Invited. It is, here's the synopsis. The wedding of Captain Jean-Luc Picard to Dr. Beverly Crusher was a small private affair overseen by the mayor of La Barre, France, and witnessed by the groom's sister-in-law and the mayor's wife. At least that's what the happy couple always told their friends. On the anniversary of that blessed day, however, Worf and Geordi LaForge managed to coax the real story out of the pair, to discover a tale of mythical treasure and a lost civilization in the Delta Quadrant. It all begins when the omnipotent being Q crashes the festivities, declaring himself best man and bringing along an unwilling guest as a surprise for the groom. Do you think it could be Vosh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That sounds good.
I don't know, though.
Didn't he just drop her off on Deep Space Nine?
He did, but she's an unwilling guest.
Well, no. Maybe his son is... maybe it's his son for some reason.
Come on. When you're going to crash a wedding, you always bring a date, right? Or at least a wing... Oh, well, maybe a wingman.
What if it's the female Q?
But it's a surprise
chaos
for the groom. So, I don't know. For me, that just said Vosh. But, yeah. So, that's kind of interesting. And I'm putting the link in the chat room. They have that photo where Picard and Beverly are drunk on the Enterprise. Kind of like super close. And, yeah. So, yeah.
I've got flowers for Jean-Luc Picard.
No. You got to get it right. Flowers for John Luck Pickard?
Yeah, I'm not sure it would be Vosh because the way they left it off. I'm trying.
An unwilling. Oh, maybe you're going at this the wrong way.
Yeah, unwilling.
No,
Vosh was unwilling to have anything to do with Q last time we saw them.
Wait, what if it's the other way around? What if it's Beverly's husband? Because weren't Picard and Beverly's husband?
To the groom.
That would be really cruel. Even Q's not that cruel.
That would be cruel.
That would be. Now I'm thinking the chick that Picard in Tapestry, his classmate.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting too.
That hot chick.
Yeah, interesting.
And there's the picture from it right there.
Okay. Well, that certainly has given us a lot of thought, and it seems like an ebook novella that I definitely want to check out because. Who doesn't want to know how, Q, Picard, and Beverly's wedding, how all that turned out. But moving along, celebrating the ships of the line. Terry, what about
You know
Terry?
how she feels about that whole marriage.
Oh, of course. She would absolutely hate it. But, Q, I don't know. There's something about the man or the being that I have appreciation for.
See, I don't know, because it says unwilling, and Q is more practical joking.
Let's be honest.
So I don't think it would be something cruel.
It could be. Q has been cruel before.
Him as cruel because but at this point he genuinely, I think, likes Picard. So I don't think he would want to do anything that would hurt him.
Well,
more have fun with him.
Yeah, and how much fun would it be to watch him squirm with him and Vosh?
No, I think that's too obvious.
Okay. Well,
we're giving this one way too much thought, I think.
Probably. And the StarTrek.com released a new photo from the Ships of the Line calendar. I had put the link in the chat room. It's the USS Planck. It's a Marion-class vessel commanded by Captain Hazak Tamar. And God
bless you.
I know, really. Hazak Tamar. And they actually have the ship's dedication plaque in the article, which says, "No pessimist discovered the secrets of the stars or sailed to an uncharted land or opened a new heaven to the human spirit," which is a quote from Helen Keller. So that was cool. It's a nice ship, kind of sort of flying close in an orbit of a planet. So they got some wonderful pictures in this year's Ship of the Line. So check that out. And last StarTrek.com news article is the Star Trek Live in Concert Global Expansion. So the concert series has been expanded, and they will be hitting Australia. So all of our friends down under, you have the opportunity to, let's see, it will feature screenings of Star Trek 2009 and Star Trek Into Darkness, and then accompanied by live symphony orchestra performances of Michael Giacchino's scores. So the music in those two films were pretty good, though. So that should be a treat. So Saturday, January 31st, 7:30 p.m. for 2009, and then also Sunday.
That's great, Matthew Anderson.
Q was making hipster jokes before your universe was even formed. Right on. Oh, Starship Collection. They're releasing the USS Vengeance, the 22nd Century Bird of Prey.
There's so many ships that could have come well before the Vengeance.
Yeah, well, they're also releasing the Oberth class USS Grissom and an Andorian cruiser, the Kumari. So some Enterprise love coming out in the next few ships. And I have to admit,
makes me angry all over again.
I have to admit, I got my Katinga the other day.
Oh, did you need a nap afterwards?
Oh, I have it up on a shelf. I'm pleased. My nephews were like, "What's that?"
How Sori got his Katinga back. I just cracked myself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. You go.
Mike, if they were making a movie of your life, who would you want it to be playing you?
I'm thinking. I don't even know his name. The guy.
Yeah, he's good.
The guy from Lost.
Oh my God.
and the resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
I can never look at him the same way now.
Ruined that picture forever, didn't he?
No, because it's so, how did I never see it for?
Yep.
Oh my God!
Because,
well done,
because
Mike.
you
well
know
done.
Sori.
If you were looking for someone who could be a Sori impersonator, that's the guy right there.
Wow! Well done. That's awesome.
Well, how about you, Nick?
Oh, that's easy. Vin Diesel. I was told 3 times in the last week and a half that I look like Vin Diesel, and each time I asked them to go pee in a cup.
Okay.
No, actually, I think to play me, it would begin and end with shit. I lost his name. Had it. Joey Lawrence.
Interesting. Thank you to
no, not Don Knotts.
Thank you to
Marv.
Jespa and Steve in the chat room who said that the gentleman's name is George Garcia.
Don Knotts. Why I order?
Right on. My hair's longer.
And son, who would play you?
Me?
Red
Oh, that's easy. Kate Mulgrew.
Oh, I was going to say the lovely lady who plays River Song from Doctor Who.
Oh, no. Not Alex Kingston. No. She can do a great approximation of me, or I can do a great approximation of her, but all credit goes to Kate Mulgrew first.
No, you ought to be played by John Barrowman.
Oh, shut up. You're still sore about that?
That's an inside joke that we're just going to leave there.
It's there on the table if anybody wants to pick it up and lick it a little.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why.
There you go.
I did introduce
look at Matthew Anderson.
Hello, sweetie.
I did introduce myself that way, though. Hello, sweetie.
Spoilers. That's my favorite line that she says.
Yes, Night Shadow. I know he's gay. I get it.
That's the new phrase. It's called pulling a Barrowman for Nick. Somebody he loves and adores and finds out. Woohoo! They swing.
Y'all don't. The only thing I knew him from was Arrow, and so
you should watch Torchwood.
Okay, I've been told. Oh, I'll tell you what, though, I am so fucking. Oh, great! Now River Song shit's starting to go up on our chat room. I am falling in love with this girl on Orphan Black. Good lord!
Right on. I'm gonna try to fit that into my viewing schedule at some point.
I think you'll really enjoy it, Mike.
Right on. My biggest concern was, is this going to be too similar to Dollhouse?
No.
I didn't really like Dollhouse all that much.
Mike, not even in the same, never mind neighborhood. They're on different coasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I have to admit about Under the Dome, there's one of the young teenage characters. I just want to slap her. It's like her boyfriend is like this her ex-boyfriend is this abusive guy. Yet she's because of the circumstances, she keeps like revolving, entering his orbit. And it's like, can't you just, aggravating. Yeah.
Drives you nuts, does it? There she is, Mike. Mmatthew Anderson just put a picture up of her.
Okay. I did see something on Facebook.
Yeah, those are all different characters that she plays.
Interesting.
And Zima on the right. Oh.
Oh my god.
Midnight Shadow.
Yes!
It's a John Barrowman picture without his shirt on. It says, "Oh, you're straight? So is spaghetti until it gets hot." Okay.
I wish Lanny was here.
You guys want to move on to Star Trek Online?
Yeah, sure. We don't have anything else to do except look at John Barrowman pictures.
Yeah. Okay, so Star Trek Online.
I want to play Star Trek Online.
Engineering here. Warp engines are online.
Course laid in, Captain.
Engage.
Your ship.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Your crew.
Move out.
Your destiny.
The official release date for Delta Rising has been announced. It will be released on October 14th, 2014. So
10/14/14.
Yeah, so set your calendars or your alarm clocks or
Set your calendars.
Set your calendars. Done.
Now, Mike, have you last week you discussed your Tribble woes.
Yes, and I have to admit, early this week I did get into Tribble. Not only did I finally reach level 51, but after I hit 51, all of a sudden I'm level 54. I looked up after doing just a handful of levels or of missions, and bam, I'm level 54 now. And it's like, what in the world happened here?
Well, that's because they have the XP bonus going on Tribble right now.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's to get people up to level 60 so they can do the end game content to test that.
Interesting. Well, plus they also released a thing where you can go talk to a Davidian on the Dyson Sphere once per day, and he'll bump you up a level as well. So through that, I'm level 55 now. But I checked out a few things early this week. I have not made it to the Adventure Zone yet, though. So hopefully I'll be able to get in there and start checking that out. I'm kind of curious.
It's the Kobali and the Vodwar. What?
I knew about the Kobali, and I was when I found out about the Vodwar appearance, I totally squeed, I totally cheered, and then I blew them all up, sent them all straight to hell.
Oh, people who are on the test server right now say that new Delta Rising reputation, those new particle weapons for both space and ground, are really nasty. Just like they do more damage than the regular plasma, because the space weapons do DOT hull damage, and they do more damage than the plasma damage from plasma weapons.
For those that may be listening that have never played the game, you're starting to talk technical. So remember, explain what DOT.
DOT stands for damage over time. So it's basically the ship's hull will take damage the further along the plasma effect runs.
In other words, it sets it on fire. Let's burn this motherfucker down.
There you go.
Wow.
The ship is on fire.
Yeah. There you go.
What? No. Wow. I think this is the first time I've actually heard Sori use such foul language on this show.
No, he swore before.
I've sworn
this
2 or 3
casually.
times. Oh, well, I've sworn 2 or 3 times this episode.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it. Terry's not here.
Oh, she's going to listen to this, and she's just going to go.
No, she doesn't listen. She doesn't listen. When she's not here, she doesn't listen.
She does too. She has to know how much to beat you all back into shape.
Last week we talked about something, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't listen."
It's because she forgot she listened.
Well, that's a good point. See, we're talking about this now.
Because
we're going to know if she listens. No, we're going to know if she listens by talking about her right now. So we'll see if she says anything about it later.
Well, see, that's the thing. She's gotten on to you for stuff you two have done in the past when she's not been on this show, but she's not remembered the little details of stuff you talked about.
She doesn't remember her own stand on stuff. One time she's talking about how awesome this character is, and then the next one she's like, "I never said that. I hate that character." Oh, please.
Are you hearing this, Terry? Yeah. Next week you're going to have to whip these two back into shape. I've done things I'm not proud of.
River, please.
Okay, fine. I'm totally proud of it.
Some other Trek news or Trek Online news. Did you hear about the new advanced and elite mode?
Oh yeah,
advanced.
Yeah.
So there's advanced, and now there's going to be like
level 60 elite,
super elite mode. So there's normal, advanced,
AKA what everybody's been asking for on the forums for the past 6 months to a year with a nightmare mode. Yeah. Okay.
So essentially, normal, from what I understand, isn't really going to change all that much. Anyone, I would say, level 60 or above level 50 are going to come down to level 50. So it's kind of sort of equal playing field. If you're level, below level 60 and you're playing advanced, you're going to get bumped up to level 60 in order to stay competitive. And then elite mode is you're shit out of luck. Apparently,
it'll take the members of Caspian about 6 hours to master it.
Apparently,
that's because you're going to spend the first 3 wardrobe changing.
Apparently, timers may be involved. There's going to be it's from normal. You're going to have the same set of essentially objectives with the optionals. Advanced, all of those optionals are now requirements. And then on Elite, all of and Advanced will also give you some new optional tasks to do. On Elite, all of those are now requirements. So not only do you have, all the regular stuff to do, but you also have all these optionals that you have to get done. And then there is like one new optional on top of everything else for bonus. But it's going to take precision. It says it's going to take precision teamwork in order to get through this.
That means you're going to have a dedicated healer to just sit on the Kang and keep healing it. The ships keep coming.
So I think Elite mode is going to be impossible as a pug.
No, Advanced.
No, I'm saying Elite is going to be impossible with a pug.
Oh.
Advanced, I think you can still do with a pug.
If they do that, that's kind of silly because you don't want to make it so impossible that pug groups can't get into it. Because I've been with some really good pug groups lately as I'm trying to get my reputation points. Some really good pug groups. As a matter of fact, there was one group I was with. We worked so well together that we kind of stuck together as a team and did 2 more missions together as a pug group. We were just balanced perfectly, and it's so rare that you get that where everybody is just in sync and their abilities are in sync. So I
had that happen once. You want to hear? All 5 members of us were in the Xindi Aquatic carriers, and we did.
Oh my god!
We did the infected conduit elite, and we literally tore through it in less than 5 minutes.
Wow!
Right on. Some of the rewards are being changed as well. For normal, nothing's really changing. You're going to get marks and the normal Q R&D material reward package. For advanced, you're going to get even more marks than normal, as well as dilithium. You're going to get an advanced Q R&D materials package, and which has a chance to get some of that very rare R&D stuff.
So essentially, what's going to happen is the elite packs right now, the very rare packs that you get from elites, is going to become advanced, and the elite modes will have almost a guaranteed rare from them.
The elite modes will have even more marks, more dilithium. The elite Q R&D reward package, which has a greater chance of giving very rare, but it will also have you'll receive a material reward for creating a superior upgrade for the new upgrade system. So we might as well talk about the new upgrade system. I have played around with it a little bit on Tribble.
Well, see, that's also why they've been doing the XP bonus, is because it allows everyone to test the upgrade system as well.
So the way the upgrade system works is you have some weapons or some equipment that you've worked so hard to get, and you can right-click on it, and there's the upgrade option. And when you click on it, it brings up this new window with 3 slots. And basically, it's very similar to the R&D. You slot in your stuff, and then you hit the thing, and it'll do the upgrade. So you need these upgrade packs in order to run them. And I've tried to run it on. I had 2 packs, so I picked a piece of equipment. I wanted to upgrade one of my I think it was my Undine gun that I got from completing the Undine rep system, and it told me I could not upgrade this item. So I was disappointed there. So I turned to my Undine armor, slotted that, dropped in both of my upgrade packs, and it gave me points towards my upgrade. However, I'm only at like 17% with those 2 packs. It takes like 10,000 for the first upgrade, and you have a chance, once you reach the maximum, you can actually perform the upgrade. So once you earn enough points, then you can do the upgrade. You have a chance to go up in level. You have a chance to go up in quality, and even earn not only the super rare, but you can also earn the epic gear, which is the gold color gear through the system.
Just imagine all that forum rage over the brain set not getting an upgrade. You can finally get it. And an epic.
And epic quality. So it's kind of an interesting system. I mean, I'm kind of pleased to see this. I know that
it does mean that they're taking the Jem'Hadar Mark 12 set out of the load buy store too.
Okay, so I'm kind of pleased because it gives us an opportunity. I mean, people have spent months and months, trying to unlock not only the ref system, but to unlock all the gear, or the gear in that system or in the various systems, and having to either grind all over again for Mark 14 or whatever the case may be. Now we have a way to upgrade without having to really go through all that. Although it's still going to be a grind in order to get all of the materials we need in order to perform the upgrades. But at least it's a different kind of grind, I think, because it's crafting involved, I think. Something like that. I don't know. But I'm kind of pleased to see that the upgrade system is available.
This means we still have one crafting school that nobody has discussed yet that we should be seeing at or after Delta Rising. And that would be the kit school.
Oh, that's right. I haven't. So that is supposed to be coming. Let's see. Have you guys seen the Dauntless? It's coming in game.
This makes 4 Federation ships now in the pack?
Yeah, it's part of the Delta Rising operations pack.
I thought this was supposed to be the Delta Alliance, not the Delta Federation thing.
Well, the Feddies are the ones that play the most.
I understand. So. I just rag on the game a lot because the Federation always seems to get a whole lot more ships, a whole lot more often.
Well, because this is considered an alien vessel, it should be available to everybody, right? Right?
I would hope so.
My Klingon wants to, steal it, fly around there.
Put it in a Klingon paint job.
Oh yeah, give some of the hull materials.
Or Riemann green. Ooh, that'd be nice with the little honeycomb pattern.
So what have you been doing in game, Nick? Or have you been in game?
Oh no, I've been in. I'm still leveling up my alternate tunes.
Okay.
I've got Trehu. She's all repped out. Winfield is just short of being all repped out. Davmak is getting there, and Vicky still needs a lot of work.
Well, it's a bonus XP weekend right now.
It's not the XP that's doing it. It's just getting the reputation marks so that I can keep. Keep doing the reputation.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Neelix is Star Trek Online developers have posted another blog article, this one regarding Neelix and what it's taken to get him in game. So that's kind of cool. I have to admit, I did find the episode featuring Neelix to be entertaining. It was fun.
Let's be honest though. If it was really Neelix, they wouldn't have seeked him out. He would have been pestering them for years to put him in the game.
That would be true. Okay, let's see. I already talked about the gear system. Okay, the ship art. Looks like there was another dev post about the designing the new ships that are coming as part of Delta Rising. So there's that link there. So check that out. I have to admit, some of the ships are amazing. The Klingon battle cruiser and the Romulan intelligence. Oh, those are awesome.
And they did explain why what Black Magnum lovingly refers to as the sperm ship looks like it does.
And one of the Starfleet designs, it looks like there is a little bit of homage to the
Perpetual Entertainment designs.
Well, I was going to say from Into Darkness, the Vengeance. You know, it's got that open section inside of the saucer.
In the dish, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
there was actually a picture of that from the Perpetual Entertainment version of a science ship for Star Trek Online.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that's coming out seems to play on a lot of the old concept art from Perpetual's designing of the game, which is not unexpected because it was some pretty damn good design art.
Well, a lot of it was supposed to be 25th century, Trek. This is 2410, so it is 25th century. So, it's good to see that there's new stuff, new designs and whatnot, but that escort looks like a beetle. It looks like a bug.
See, that's the thing. In the blog, it says if they took the little pylon things on the back of the escort and just made them, gave them pylons and made them actual nacelles, then yeah, you literally have a design that looks somewhat similar to the cruiser they've made.
Right on. So yeah, I'm not completely sold, but they do look interesting. They definitely got me talking. So let's see. There's also a new article on the Delta Alliance reputation, and Sun had talked about earlier about how some of the weapons are. So that was cool. Hearing about that, I haven't been able to do any of it yet. So
there's a button on Drazana Station that will give you reputation points for it, I believe.
Really? Oh,
yes.
That might be worth checking out.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that you'll find for instant leveling is usually on Drazana Station.
Sweet. Okay.
Wait, what?
There's literally a console on Drazana Station on Tribble where you can go and press a button and it will give you 25,000 dilithium, I think 100,000 EC, and it's like, I'm rich, bitch!
Black Magnum says he's level 5 on Delta Rep on Tribble. Wow. I'm behind on the times.
Give that man a grilled cheese sandwich. Sunseahl, do you make a good grilled cheese sandwich?
It depends on what kind of cheese I have.
Oh, what kind do you like to use?
I use a little bit of Gouda, Swiss, American cheddar, and usually pepper jack.
Ooh, spicy.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
For God's sake.
Right on.
That was intentional, Nick.
I know.
Okay. Let's. Are you ready for a convention report?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me bring in Mr. Steve, and he'll talk to us about what's going on at the upcoming Destination Star Trek.
Shall we just start right off the bat with a Las Vegas update?
Are we still talking Vegas, right?
We are.
Talking about Vegas.
Yes.
You're coming to Vegas, right? Star Trek Las Vegas may take place every August, but on this show...
This is where we hang out the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The crew has been fatigued now from so many months in space, and they need to take a break. The landing party has been down to check out the terrain while the crew gets ready to play. They say there's only plant life living on this lovely rock, but a rodent appears wearing a vest.
Come in, Steve. Steve, are you here?
I am here. Hello.
Welcome.
And somewhere Adrian is quivering.
Hi, Adrian.
Accents.
Hello.
All right, what do you got?
Quite a lot, actually. First of all, there are 2 new guests that have been announced. First of all, Daniel Stewart, son of Sir Patrick. He starred in The Inner Lights.
That's right.
Yeah, he starred with his dad as his son.
Oh, cool.
So he shall be attending. And Richard Arnold. I saw that name and thought, isn't that a cartoon character? But it turned out that it was the Star Trek expert and TNG research consultant.
Yeah, he's a controversial person, let's just say that.
I hadn't heard the name before personally.
He
so
was
I had to
Gene
sort of look him
Roddenberry's
up.
assistant.
Okay, so yeah, he's going to be attending as well. Star Trek Online we've got some more information about what they're doing. They're actually going to have a booth where people can go and chat with them, ask questions about Star Trek Online and even just Star Trek. And they're going to be doing things where you can challenge the away team. So there's going to be cool prizes you can win. And what they're going to be doing is simulated space battles. So I'm assuming that's going to be in STO itself. And STO Trivia.
Oh, so they're going to rig up something like what they do in Las Vegas, right? Where they try to land Star Trek Online together?
I don't know what they've done in Vegas. I didn't know they'd actually been able to show it off as the game, because usually, from what people have said, the internet connection's been a bit crap.
Trek Radio tends to have the internet, as well as, you know, they end up having playthroughs available on of STO at their booth. So, but I don't know if that is what they're going to be doing at Star Trek Destination. They did the way that you described it. It sounded like it was going to be more something along the lines of laser tag.
Well, they're actually
which would be cool.
Well,
it wouldn't be laser tag.
Wouldn't it be phaser tag?
Phaser tag.
Oh, son!
Well, they're actually saying you can actually do hands-on events on STO. So new players are able to actually get a first glimpse of the game. And they're saying for veteran players, they actually have the opportunity to fly one of the very cool new Tier 6 ships. So it does look like they're going to be hooking up Star Trek Online to actually play.
That's cool. That's cool. Although, how cool would it be to be able to play laser tag against the developers there?
I don't think they'll have that much room to play with. I don't think Perfect World will stretch to renting out that much room there. But yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
STO are also doing a community meetup on the Saturday, the 4th of October at 8 p.m. So there's the Fox at Connaught, which is, I think, a pub next to the XL Convention Centre.
Drinking with the devs. Cool.
So, yeah, you've got a couple of the community managers, the localization specialist, and one of the designers who are coming in from Amsterdam. So, as far as I'm aware, all of them should be there. So, if you've got questions and just want to have a little meet up with other STO players, come along.
Get the devs drunk and use your accent to coax more info out of them. Come on, you're British.
That's
you
usually
can play a bad
usually
guy.
how it works over at in Vegas. You know, we give them plenty of libations and then allow them to wag their chins a bit.
Well, I'm not sure they'd fall for the accent as much because they are European. So we've got none of the US devs coming. So I'm not sure they have that much of effect with them. But we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, they're used to drinking heavily.
Yeah. Star Trek Timelines, which have been mentioned on the G&T show a few weeks ago, they're going to be attending. So Destination Star Trek, they released an article about Star Trek Timelines, but they didn't actually mention in it that they were actually going to have a place in the convention, which was a bit strange. So I'm assuming the fact that they've announced them means that they have got a stall. I think it just might be something they missed out on the blog. Now, something that you like, Mike. Klingons!
Kapla! Okay, what's going on with Klingons?
You can learn to talk Klingon.
Very nice.
Eurotalk, in partnership with Mark Auckland and CBS Studios, have produced a program that will allow you, as they say, to learn everyday words Klingon would use if they lived on Earth today, including some brand new ones.
Very nice. David will be pleased to hear that.
So they're in a stand next to the Klingon zone, and you can go along and test your knowledge of the Klingon language to win prizes.
So, okay, that's cool that there's, you know, obviously some Klingon love going on, but is there anything for our Romulan brothers?
No, they don't want to deal with those dirty people.
Sorry, Nick. I tried.
Oh, sure. We're dirty people just because we built an entire new homeworld.
But not just that, they're going to
Jealousy.
Yeah. Why don't we have a carrier net yet, Nick?
Why don't we have personal shields?
But no, I'm sure the Romulans will be there. They'll just be cloaked in the corner somewhere, sort of spying on everyone.
Why don't our ground shields have a cloak?
Yeah.
We're all Romulans, aren't we?
That's a good idea.
But there's more on Klingon news. There's going to be 3 Klingons walking around.
Oh, I'm sure there might be more than 3, but okay. So tell us about these 3 Klingons.
They haven't released much, but they're going to be sort of role-playing. I'm putting the names in chat because I've tried once before to say them and just butchered the names completely. So you'll probably be better at calling them out.
I'm getting my voice right. Okay.
So, if you can go and try and say it, because, I don't want to discredit the Klingons.
I was looking in the wrong chat. So it's Morath Kotok, and that's Baal from the House of Goch. I can't do that last one.
Somebody get David, quick.
The GH and the H are kind of like, those are the harder sounds.
The shame Jen's left the chat room, isn't it? But,
wouldn't it be Goch?
No, there is no ch in Klingon. So
that's right.
The final H would be another sound, but it's a different than the GH, which is I don't know. Anyways.
But yeah, there'll be the 3 resident Klingons that will be welcoming people through the Klingon zone.
Right on. That's fun.
There's going to be a panel called Treknosis, Making the Tricorder a Reality. So it's sponsored by Calcom. And it's being moderated by Jordan Hoffman, who I believe is the StarTrek.com blogger. Now, they're going to be looking at the new healthcare device and how close it is to reality. And they're also doing a little thing where if you go up to Stand 40, where the Tricorder Federation are based, and if you go up to them in costume, you can actually win or have a chance of winning Star Trek collectibles, signed Star Trek collectibles.
Right on. I think they did something very similar for the VegasCon this year. Cool. So that's cool. Right on.
More things that you can win. Paramount stores are offering a chance to win a limited edition Star Trek gaming chair. So what you need to do is there's going to be the technology there to do scan and buy for Amazon.co.uk. So if you do the home delivery of some of the stuff there, you get in for a chance to win that.
Wait, a gaming chair?
A gaming chair. A Star Trek gaming chair. So I'm not sure what it looks like, but I would assume it's maybe one of the sort of captain's chairs, maybe it's based on.
Modified. Interesting.
So I want to look into that a little bit more.
Yes, let us know if they decide to post a picture, because that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Something that was probably seen at Vegas is the Star Trek fan census. It's from Wikia and the Trek Initiative.
Yeah, from roddenberry.com.
It's part of the Warp 5.0 celebration as the countdown to the 50th anniversary. So they're doing a Star Trek fan census that will also allow you to record your favourite Star Trek memory. So they'll be doing you can then listen to other fans around the world, and I think that's going to be launched on the 50th anniversary, so that might actually be at sort of like the Star Trek Las Vegas in 2016. Well, that's what I'm assuming anyway.
Interesting. It seems like it's a project where you come and you share your story it's kind of similar to what G&T was planning to do this year at Vegas. But yeah. Roddenberry is awesome. Right on. Go ahead, Nick.
Steve, can you remind people when this con is again?
Yes, it's less than 2 weeks away now. It is October 3rd to the 5th, so that's Friday, Saturday and Sunday at the Excel Centre in London.
Very cool.
Now, you're also going to have the option to actually buy Star Trek costumes while you're at the convention as well. So there's TOS and TNG costumes, masks and accessories that will be available. Who likes their party poppers in STO? The ones with the balloons? Does anyone who likes the balloon art?
Oh god, those things.
Well, there's going to be a balloon artist there called David Crofts. He's giving out free Star Trek themed balloons, and the example that they'd got is he'd actually made a starship balloon out of balloons. So it just made me think of the STO party poppers. So he's actually said, I've got plenty of Star Trek designs up my sleeve and looking forward to taking special requests, as well as demonstrating some tricky tricks of the trade and some warp speed balloon modelling.
Here's a challenge. Make the Dauntless class out of balloons.
Oh, that'd be tough. Because it doesn't... It
doesn't really have any angles to it, does
I know. It's all just... Yeah. Wow.
You'd think it would be perfect for a balloon, but because it doesn't come to angles, it's kind of difficult.
Interesting.
You've also got...
I can make a Dyson sphere out of a balloon.
The Guinness World Record attempt are teaming up with Macmillan Cancer Support. Now, if you bake a cake before or the morning of September 26th, and you... this is a Star Trek themed cake, by the way. And you take a picture, you can tweet it to @StarTrek_DST or email it to info@destinationstartrek.com. So that's
a picture, not the cake.
Yes. With the hashtag DST cake in the subject or within the tweet, you'll be entered into a draw that will enable you to win 2 Commander Gold tickets to Destination Star Trek, worth just under £600.
Interesting.
Turn around and sell them.
So 600 quid.
So it's
worth
Great
600
Trek
quid.
Bake Off.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
But they'll also be doing giveaways, so to keep people who are participating in the world record attempt, the Macmillan crew with the DST crew are actually going to be giving away Macmillan goodie bags, 25 limited edition signed Lemon Nimoy prints, tickets to guest talks throughout the weekend, party tickets to the Saturday night party, as well as lots of other stuff as well. So yeah, that should be fun.
It sounds like it's going to be a pretty awesome event. So if you're in Europe, right? It's pretty much although it's in the UK, if you're in Europe, you're pretty much within
about an hour or two for
travel distance.
Yeah, but there's still a couple of other things actually.
Oh,
I told you there's a lot.
Wow.
They're giving away free live digital characters. There's an artist, Louisa Calvo. So she's done work for Samsung, Apple, Microsoft, HP, Alienware, Panasonic and Dell. She's actually going to be on a big TV screen. She's hooking it up to a tablet where you can actually get yourself drawn live, sort of dressed in sort of Star Trek costume as a character, and it'll be emailed free of charge to you. So it'll take about 6 to 10 minutes to complete, and she's going to be around for Saturday and Sunday between 11 and 4. And it'll be a great thing to have as your Twitter or Facebook avatars and things like that. So I'll be having my one done. We talked earlier about Klingon role-playing with 3 Klingons walking around. They're also going to have a Borg drone walking around for photo opportunities. And there's also going to be an auction on the Excelsior stage. There's going to be one on Saturday between 11:30 and 12, and one on Sunday between 2:45 and 3:30.
London's really pulling out all the stops this time, aren't they?
Oh yes. So the auction's got all sorts of different things, from movie banners to signed figures to presentation boxes and all sorts of different bits and bobs. So if you're a collector, you'll enjoy that.
Wow. That's amazing. It sounds like it's gonna. I mean, it's got everything. I mean, what don't they have? It seems like. I mean, I think that's the question we're gonna ask from now. What don't they have?
Well, no, they have G&T because
they're gonna have
Midnight
Steve.
going.
Yeah, they've got Steve.
Yeah, they've got me. But yeah, they've also released an article which is about planning your trip, and it sort of says the sort of things you can do. Because I'll give you all these links, so you can put them into the show notes.
Well, G&T, we also have a supplemental log that we did not very long ago about how to prepare for a convention. So you might want to also check that out, pimping our own show.
But one of the things
good pimping.
Yep.
One of the things this article goes in is about the ticket options, because for just your either day or weekend passes, you actually have access to a whole heap of things. So, because you've got like the Klingon zone, you've got the world record attempt, you've got the gaming zone, and Publication Alley, where we'll have all our authors. You've got a fan zone, you've got the balloon artist that we've talked about, you've got the museum, you've got some screenings, you've got all the free talks, you've got the speed dating, And yeah, you've got the Enterprise D bridge that's going to be there. Because there's actually 2 stages which have got free talks on all day, each day. So, yeah, there's a whole heap of things you get just for getting the very basic tickets without getting the packages. So, and for those of you who want to meet Patrick Stewart, photo shoots are very limited. They said a few days ago that they estimate they'll be running out within 48 hours. So it's likely that you might have missed out already. But go to their site and book the photo shoot now if you want to get in for a photo shoot with him, because there may be a couple just left. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff.
I mean, there's even a kitchen sink in there, I think, at one point.
It's in Cork's Bar.
There you go. Oh my, wow. So if you're in Europe, it sounds like this is the convention to go to this year. So awesome. I'm kind of envious, Steve. I'm kind of envious.
Yeah, it should be fun. It'll just be a matter of trying to get to all of it, really. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I'm just hoping my costume actually arrives in time, because as a way on business I ordered it a little bit late according to the average delivery and creation times. So yeah, I'm just hoping it comes in time so I can sort of join in some of the extra fun.
Do you want to share with us what you're going to be cosplaying as?
I'll be Scotty.
Of course. I should have known.
Steve, were you happy or upset this week with the vote?
Neither really. I sort of kept out of most of that, to be honest.
What, so you're the one?
Yeah, I'm the one.
Wait, what vote is this?
Scotland.
Scottish independence.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just that because I'm not living up there.
No, but boy, really they were on the world stage this week.
Yeah, well,
and no ugly women were interviewed. I thought that was interesting.
There are no Scottish ugly people.
Really?
There you go.
Really?
I don't know. Peter Capaldi kind of comes close.
Oh.
True.
I think he made them all quiet.
It happens once in a while.
They had to think about it, and then they're going, that's actually kind of a point.
I've just put into the chat room the costume that I'm planning to get for anyone who's interested.
It's from the
CosplaySky.
Yeah.
That's a good Scotty uniform.
Well, it's the one that he wore in the TNG episode where they actually go to the Dyson Sphere.
Relics, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I've actually contacted them saying, look, I was away on business. Is there any chance that it might be here?
I can't. Every time I visit CosplaySky, because somebody links me a costume, and I see the little CosplaySky over the full uniform. There's always a pair of eyes right there in the crotch.
Yeah, I had noticed that one as well.
You know they do that on purpose.
That's their logo, isn't it? But yeah. Yeah, I think the web designer was just having fun when he started doing that.
Right on.
So, but yeah, that's it. So I'm sure they'll end up releasing a load more for next week, because of course next week will be the last weekend before the event. So I shall give another update to let you know of anything else that comes.
Thank you very much for joining us, Steve. It's been great. Yeah, it seems like that is the convention to go to if you're in anywhere in Europe. It seems like. So yeah, awesome. Thank you.
No worries. See you later.
Thank you,
Bye.
Steve.
Well, we got a few minutes. Anything you want to talk about, son?
Well, there.
Yeah. No,
I don't know. Can I talk about Starfinder?
Sure. We can spend a minute to pimp them.
I think George is just getting ready to release episode 2. He let a few select people get early access to it, and it is hilarious, and it is really, really well done. And I'm looking forward to episode 3, not because I'm in it, but because it's kind of awesome.
Right on. I'm not. I don't think I was included in that select few to get a sneak peek at episode 2.
Oh, you are. You are.
The link was bad by the time I logged in this morning. So I am looking forward to hearing episode 2. And since you mentioned episode 3 and 4, which you do an awesome job playing a Gorn, by the way.
Oh, here we are again. Back to the Gorn.
Yeah.
Sunseahl's very Gorny all the time.
So episode 3.
I thank you.
There you go. episode 3. I have the. It's in at the point where it's now time to score it. So that's what I'm working on. Episode 4. I have one.
You're
more
working
scene.
with the Sorry Symphony Orchestra.
I'm don't know what I'm doing yet for music. We're going to be looking for
It's a soundtrack from Hair.
royalty-free stuff, from what I understand. So we're going to be looking for stuff to play or to include that helps set the mood and helps with everything that we're trying to convey.
Who made you cry, son?
Chooch.
How did he make you cry?
The end of episode 2 literally made me cry.
Oh my God, you're such a woman.
It was a really good ending. It really was.
Such a woman.
And again, I can't complain. Classical music makes me cry.
I can't wait to hear it. Episode 4, I'm on the last. I have one more scene to go before the first draft is complete. Well, the rough draft. I'm still missing lines, so hopefully I'll get those lines. Some interesting news.
Mike, I want to answer. There is no Ask Dayton because we were giving Dayton time because he's been working his ass off on real work, and we just didn't want to
and
do
novels
that to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's what I meant.
Okay.
And
plus,
we
he's
didn't-
still settling into a new house.
Yeah, we're just showing respect to the man because he's been with his job and with writing and with moving and all of that. Just our dopey little show will still be here.
Yeah, he has a question, so at his convenience, he'll answer them. Let's see, episode 4. I'm still waiting on lines, but one thing that I'm kind of, I don't know if I should mention because I haven't gotten anything back from them except a tweet saying, "Yeah, we'll have something written for you come Friday, by next week." So, but Comedia Beauregard, they did the Klingon Rickroll. They are also responsible for the a Klingon Christmas Carol. They will be providing a song for episode 4 of Starfinder. So I am so excited because there's actually going to be proper Klingon singing in this episode. And then I'll be singing, I'll be adding my voice and screwing everything up.
That actually makes me think back to that episode of Voyager. Are we going to meet those Klingons again in the Delta Quadrant? Because that would be awesome. With the Kuvigma.
Okay. I'm kind of confused.
I'm sorry, I'm very scatterbrained when it comes to stringing things together. I'm like a spider.
We've said, this particular episode, or this pair of episodes, it is a two-parter, and it is Klingon focused. You will see the Starfinder crew in there. So, but we're very excited, and I'm trying to get as much of it done as quickly as possible because I will be going on a trip October 11th, and I'll be gone till November 2nd. The show should still be able to continue while I'm away. Well, I'll be at a different location. I should still be able to do the show from the alternate site, but
okay.
I'm looking forward to this trip, but I'm also trying to get as much done before then because I won't be able to edit all this audio while I'm there. I'll still be able to get the show out. I'll still be able to do the show from there, but so I'm trying to get as much of Starfinder done before I leave. It will not be finished and ready for release until well after I get back and have had time to finish. So just be aware. No one's expecting 2 and then 3 and 4 to come out immediately after because that ain't gonna happen.
Sorry's a miracle worker, but not that kind of miracle worker.
I don't know about that, but I try. I work hard.
It shows.
Right. Time to start wrapping things up, I guess.
It appears so.
I brought the Christmas paper.
Real quick, some quick announcements, or one major announcement. Our fundraiser is still ongoing. We have reached the $1,300 mark, which is roughly $100 in the current run for the for the website upgrade. The total reflects our to date that we've earned since we started raising funds. So, but in the current run, we've raised a little bit over $100, about $130 or so. So thank you everyone who has donated. We still have a long ways to go. If you can donate, please do. But we need help getting the word out. So share the link and donate if you can. Any announcements, Nick or Sun?
No, I'm good.
Cool.
Not from me, no.
Very good. How can people find you, Son? Are you on Twitter, Facebook?
I have a Facebook fan page. It's facebook.com/SunseahlFan, and it's spelled really weird.
Can you put a link in our chat room so I can include it in our show notes?
Oh, yeah, sure. There you go.
Thank you. And Nick, how can we find you?
On Twitter at Gettysburg7. That's the number 7.
I'm Ceridium STO. That's SORIEDEM. And don't forget to like us on social media. That's usually G&T Show or Sunday G&T. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Tumblr. We're on Pinterest. Mixcloud. And
did you say Pinterest?
Pinterest, excuse me. Yes, I did say Pinterest. We're also on Mixcloud and Stitcher and YouTube and 1,000 other places that I know.
YouPorn. We're on YouPorn, correct?
Janet is going to kill me because I'm making her work so hard, and she's been doing such a great job. Thank you,
she's doing a phenomenal job.
Yes, she is. She's live tweeting our show live. So yes, that's like amazing. And then on top of it all, we're gonna have to
raise her salary.
She's getting all of our shit together and in line. So fantastic job. Thank you, Jespa. We appreciate and love you. All right. If there's nothing else, we'll have to say farewell. Kapla, everybody.
Joe True.
Music for the G&T show is provided by Warp 11, Grethor, 5-Year Mission, and Andrew Allen's Smooth Federation.
G&T show is a busy little Beaver production.
Gonna take a 5-year tour. Boldly go where no man's gone before. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends. Move ahead, warp factor 10. Put a mini skirt on my yo man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I've sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line a zero G.